Okay, right, today is the one Wonder Kid from every nation challenge. This, for the most part, has been sort of like a long-running series on my channel where we take one player, we've done it from one player from each league, one player from just each nation in general, one player from each team, each Champions League club, World Cup club. Today is specifically Wonder Kids. Here are the rules of this episode today. Wonder Kids is what we're focusing on. We have to choose 25 players from the top 25 nations in the world according to FIFA.com. The players have to be between 15 and 19 years old, and they can't be above 80 overall. We're going to take this team, we're going to have as much money as we can to sign one player from each of the top nations, one Wonder Kid from each of the top nations in the world, and then we will sim 5 seasons into the future, and we will get our final results as to how we really did building this team of Wonder Kids after they all are upgraded in the actual future. And before you guys go on to say, B4, do you miss this player and this player and this player and this player from this nation and this nation and this nation, let me just point out, this is not my list. This is FIFA.com, the world rankings. The top 25 teams are as followed. I'm gonna read them really fast, so be ready. Belgium, France, Brazil, England, Uruguay, Croatia, Portugal, Spain, Argentina, Colombia, Mexico, Switzerland, Italy, Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, Chile, Sweden, Poland, Senegal, Peru, USA, Wales, Ukraine, Venezuela. Boom, all in one, bro. And our test subject team that we'll be using for this episode is the one that we've seemingly used all year. We're putting all of the players onto Brighton. So it's our job. 5 seasons. Well, I may have confused you a bit. Let's get into the career mode and I'll clear up any confusion because I kind of confused myself with these rules. So what we're pretty much doing, we have the full transfer budget here. We're signing all of the 25 players in the first season, and these are Wonder Kids. So a lot of these players aren't going to be high rated. We can't go above an 80 overall with one of the players we sign. So say for Portugal, I can't sign Joao Felix because he is too high rated to be considered a Wonder Kid for this episode. So we have the first season to sign all the players, and then we're going to have a big gap. After we sign the players, I'm going to sim 5 years into the future. We're going to see how high rated these Wonder Kids get. And then that is the season in which we are going to judge this episode off of. I hope that makes sense. Before we actually get into this, boys, I've been producing a ton of TikTok content lately. Check out this video right here. This is an unreleased TikTok that's coming later today on my TikTok.
I'll get it, Gary. Hello, SpongeBob's house. SpongeBob speaking. Hello? Wrong number.
I love TikTok so much. Like, it's not dances. Like, I'm posting funny. I hope you think that's funny. I think it's hilarious. The Wilfred Bonnie meme is like the best thing ever. But follow me on TikTok. I'll leave that link in the top of the description. Yes. Okay. Into signing one player, one Wonder Kid per nation. Right. So 5 at a time. That is what we're gonna do. 5 players, update the roster. 5 players, update the roster. These are your top 5 nations in the world: Belgium, France, Brazil, England, and Uruguay. And for the most part, these were pretty even like decisions. First off, you're probably wondering, Belgium, you could have gotten someone so much better than a 66 rated player. Listen, there aren't a lot of goalkeepers out there to get, so I wanted to make sure we secure one early because a lot of these nations don't have high potential goalkeepers. This guy's got 85 max potential, one of the best Wonder Kid goalkeepers you can sign in FIFA 20. We're gonna go for Kamara next, out of course, Marseille. He's going to be one of our starting center backs. Coming in at a 78 overall, he's just going to be a beast to start out. And then Vinicius really shouldn't even be on this list. He is too high rated, but technically he qualifies. He just misses out on that 80 mark. He's going to be the highest rated player on this team, no doubt, 100% of my mind. England. Yes, I could have went other options. I could have went Foden. I could have went a few other people. We're going with Mason Greenwood. I think we can negotiate like this. We can. What do you guys think for England? Would you have gone with someone else for like other than Mason Greenwood? I just don't think there's many other good strikers on this list that we can sign. So like I said, I wanted to get the striker out of the way early. Mason Greenwood, they accept. And then one more player, the Uruguayan nation. They are top 5 in the world, and Uruguay has no good Wonder Kids at all that we can sign. I'll sign him again like this, but those are going to be the first 5 players that we get into the team. Overall, I like the way we're starting out. As you guys know, this is going to be how it works. We have to slowly release all the Brighton players. So as we add more players to the team, the Brighton players will get released. And at the end, it'll just be a full Wonder Kid team. But we got to give you the first update. And it's not too bad. Like this Uruguayan player that we had to sign, He doesn't have like very high potential. I think it's like 83, 84, which is okay. He'll probably be a bench player in the end because I feel like we're definitely going to get an upgrade to the right midfield position. Where are other players? Vinicius, Greenwood, the Uruguayan, Kamara. Oh, and then the Belgian keeper. All right. So far, so good. Like I said, the reason we're doing 5 seasons is because it's going to take this team a while to actually reach their potential. The 6 through 10 nations are as followed: Croatia, Portugal, Spain, Argentina, Colombia. You can probably already guess a few of the players. Here they are. These are the ones that I decided to go for. We need fullbacks, and fullback, like honestly, just the defense in general. Attackers and midfielders are super easy to come by. How many of these guys are not going to want to sell them? The first player is the Portuguese right winger. You can play both sides. There's just going to be so many wingers that we sign in this episode, and I don't hate it, but it's just, we're going to be overloaded at those positions. Thiago Armada, you guys know, the absolute legend. He's been a legend throughout the entirety of FIFA. We used him in our Everton career mode to start the year. This guy from Colombia, yeah, Moreno, there just weren't many good Colombian options, I'm not gonna lie, so we went for him. And to be fair, this is a pretty decent fullback, I would say. Like I said, the defenders are hard to come by, so when I see a decent left back, right back, center backs will probably be fine, but any fullbacks I see that are decent, I'm probably just gonna have to take. Wait, which nation is this guy from again? I have him written down. Oh, this dude's Croatian. Yeah, he'll be fine. And he should not, I mean, we have unlimited money, but it should only be like a few million. All right, so everyone should be signed now. We might have one more. I think we have to accept Moreno, and boom, we officially have 10 players in the team, 1 from each nation. It's going to be interesting to see, like, each season, how we do. First season, second season, third season. I'll probably give you updates every season until that 5th and final season. Let's see what the full starting 11 is looking like. Fatih will probably have to start on the bench. You know what? Yeah. Fatih's going to start on the bench. Thiago Armada will go in there. Trincao. I hope I'm saying that right. Trincao. I think that's right. And you guys know my pronunciations. They're usually absolutely horrid. So there it is. We have a full starting 11. Wait, Kamara. Yes. I guess Fatih for now. We'll throw him in, but he will not be starting for long. I'm missing one player. Oh, yeah. The Uruguayan. Okay, now that leaves Duffy as the only former Brighton player still in the starting 11. So this next batch is actually going to be surprisingly good. The nations that we have are Mexico, Switzerland, Italy, Netherlands, and Germany. You know what? Now that I read that out loud, that's not surprising. Italy, Netherlands, and Germany should all have good players, and they do. So I'm just finishing up the short list. We're going to have a right back from Germany. You just saw us spoiled it a bit. The first nation is Mexico, though, who really had no good players, so I had to go with the striker. I mean, he's not bad. He's got 83 potential, 72 overall. Could be worse, could be better, but we'll take it. Another center back who, as of right now for the team, is very low rated and will take a while to grow. But Tonali, this is where we're talking. This is where the big players are coming in. Gravenberch, one of the best midfielders that you can buy. Cheap, highest potential. For me, the biggest steal of a player you can get in career mode as a wonder kid, so we had to go for him. And then Vagnoman, who I believe is on loan. No, he's not. Okay, fine. Never mind. For whatever reason, I thought he was on loan. He isn't. And then we just have to sign this Swiss dude, who I kind of say is similar to that Moreno guy we signed from Colombia. Very low rated, like potential in the low 80s. It's just tough because some of these nations just don't have the best wonder kids. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, in real life, sure, maybe they have some good ones, but in FIFA, they've butchered some of these potentials. 15 players now, a full starting 11, and I think what we can actually do now is fill every position with the correct player from their position. We should be able to. Let me put Gravenberch in for Fatih, and there it is. Every player's in the correct position, and we have a full starting 11. Let's move the bench around a little bit just so we can arrange them with players that we have to replace. So only 3 Brighton players still remain in this team. And after this next batch, it's going to be done. It's going to be a full set. I want you guys to put in the comment section, how do you think this team's going to do in year 1? Do you think they might get relegated? Because I think there's a very, very realistic chance in year 1 we get relegated and we have to work our way back up in year 2. I don't know, man. I don't know how this is going to work. So it's starting to get a little bit more rough. We're coming down to the we've already been out of the top 15. So we have Denmark, Chile, Sweden, Poland, and Senegal. Yeah, Like, we've had big like, you don't really realize when making this episode how many of the Wonder Kids play for the same nations. So let's go. We are finishing scouting this Man City right back, who's only 62 overall. I mean, the best player in this list is Isaac. He's been, I don't even know if you can consider him a Wonder Kid anymore. I feel like he has been in the game for so long, but he's still a beast. We're gonna have to go to the actual negotiations to get, man, are we gonna have to do everyone through the actual negotiations? It seems like it. Boom, get you in. Like, a lot of these players, I'm not gonna lie, I really just haven't, I have to do, oh my god, this is so annoying. Right, I'm not gonna show you all this because I have to go into the cutscene for like every single one of these players. Okay, right, players should be most likely signed now. It's all just about, we've offered them all. It's just calendar, sim, sign, calendar, sim, sign, calendar, accept, scroll it back up to the top. It's a very tedious process, which is why I show like 99% of this video off camera. I kind of just do the signings and then make the signings off camera. Isaac is in. He's going to be one of the more expensive ones we make. One of the things I'm finding is that, like, we're able to build a full team of players that will be upwards towards the mid 80s and higher in a few years for very, very cheap. I wonder what the profit would be after we buy them all, train them for 5 years, and then sell them. I wonder how much we could realistically make. That's something I'm probably not going to be showing you today, because selling all of these players would be just an extremely long process. That's one of the things that my streams are for. If you ever want to tune into my streams, we haven't been playing much career mode lately, but when I do, that's kind of the stuff that I show you guys that I don't necessarily show you in videos. So we got to release the few Brighton players, and boom, every player in this team now should be a player that we've signed, should be a Wonder Kid. So let's completely arrange it. Isaac's actually our starting striker. You know what? I kind of forgot he was 78 overall. Right, I'm not mad about that, but the rest looks good. We got a new center back. Yo, this dude's, honestly, some of these guys I didn't know their ratings were this high. Our Polish center back, yeah, that'll do. So far so good. I'm like debating on switching formations, but I think we're gonna be fine. And Vinicius is already up to an 80. What can I say? The team is already growing. Right, here it is, the last group of players. I'm just finishing shortlisting. We have Peru, USA, Wales, Ukraine, and Venezuela. Yes, that's right. The USA actually makes it. Let's go. I didn't think they would when I was looking at the ratings, but they barely snuck in. So here it is. One thing we needed was a backup goalkeeper here, so I picked up Trubin. Hopefully we never have to use him because he's a 58 overall and he stinks. But we have a striker from Boca Juniors. Excuse me, I wanted to say Buenos Aires because that's how they're known in FIFA. Padu is a really solid center back. Reina and VR. I love this group. The USA, man, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how much he's gonna play for the team. Man, every single one of these players, they don't want us to sign them. Boom, Hurtado, really cheap for all of them. What the hell? Can I not offer for any of them? Jesus, what is happening? And here it is, the final completed team with all 25 Wonder Kids, each being from a different nation. Do we need to make any last minute changes? I don't think we do. I think this is the well, you know what? The computer is going to make the changes for us when we simulate all of these seasons. Let's freaking go. I really, I'm not gonna lie, I like the team that we've made. We did the best with what we could. The one thing that sucks is that we are limited to the top 25 nations in the FIFA World Rankings, because, like, I would have loved to have Canada in here and be able to get Davies and so many other just random prospects like that from random nations that would have been so clutch to have. But rules are rules, and this is the team. So what's going to happen is it's going to be, we're going to do this in the next minute. Each season, I'm going to give you a brief run through of the starting 11, the trophies won. We're going to go season 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to end at the end of season 5. So season 1, here we come. Okay, right. Yep, we actually got sacked year 1. Not sacked, but relegated, I should say. I said sacked because I actually did get sacked multiple times in this season, but I just kept re-signing with the team. It had to have been the 66 rated goalkeeper. It's the only thing I can think is our goalkeeper, because look at this. Players are growing. It's fine. It's 100% going to be fine. One thing I'm hoping is that players don't want to leave the team. Oh, I really hope players don't want to leave the team, or it might ruin everything. We might have to only do this in 2 or 3 seasons, but no, we're pushing forward. So we're on to the championship though for year 2. And there it is, just like that. 1 year in the championship is all we needed, and Brighton is going just back up. Right now is probably the time where all of our players are starting to hit the mid-70s. A lot of players, some players might even be in the mid-80s. I could definitely see Vinicius being there. Okay, yep, I was right. Vinicius is 85. Everyone else is slowly rising to the top. The only question is this team gonna be good enough to finish well in the Prem? I mean, I think we can avoid relegation. What do you guys think? Mid-table here in season 3, right? Yep, that makes a lot of sense. 11th place in season 3, mid-table is expected. This is why we're doing 5 seasons, because 4th season hopefully will be maybe sneaking into the top 5, and then in the 5th season is where we go for it all, and we actually probably will have a chance to win it. What's the team look like though? I mean, our whole starting 11 better be in the 80s, kind of. We're almost all in the 80s, except for Ampadu, Gravenberch. That's so weird. Gravenberch isn't growing as much as I would have hoped he would have. We need to get these reserves going, man. That's the only thing that could end up hurting us. Our starting 11 looks so dope, though. I just don't know. In year 2, is this team going to be good enough to challenge for top 5? I still just don't think so. Let's see where we finished season 4. We're only going to do this one more time. Next season, season 5. Oh, my God. All right, it's what I expected. 6th place, just outside the top 5. I knew we didn't have the team good enough. Oh, you know what that means, though? That means season 5, we will not be in European competitions. That's that's a rip. That's an absolute rip. And Padu's like not growing. Why is Padu not growing? I don't like that. All right, well, in our last season, all that we can realistically hope for is top 4. How will we do? This team of Wonderkids. Let's find out. Final season. And here it is. It is all led up to this moment right here. The final season. How will we do? Let's find out. Up to the top we go. We have to be top 5, right? Oh, man. What a fail of an episode. 7th place. Oh, the Wonderkids. Why? We got worse in our final season. Really, really solid starting 11 here. Wow, this team finished 7th. You know, the reason why was because as our team is growing, every other team has grown. So everyone else is up there. They have players in the 90s. Every single player on their subs is definitely in the 80s. The reserves, they probably have player in the 80s. I just don't think the team had enough depth, honestly. But still, Isaac to a 90 Vinicius. I'm a little surprised he stayed at an 87. That's a bit interesting. Everyone else, though, a bit shocked at this Croatian left back, man. Holy crap, did he do well. Tenali expected 91. Really good stuff from Greenwood. Fatih only an 82. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Right, super fun episode to film. Let me know which video we should do next. Comment section, let me know. Follow me on TikTok as well. That link is in the top line of the description. And we'll see you guys for another episode later on. Catch you guys then. Peace.